Hi, this is Mifang. I'm going to introduce a very useful method to homeowners. Do it yourself for termite control. When it comes to termite control, many people think that it should always be better to find a professional company than to do it yourself. However, so far, professional companies do not have a very effective method. The only somehow reliable method is to pour lots of chemical liquid around your house. But that method still has the disadvantages of being expensive and not environmentally friendly. This is the first video in our series showing how to use our new method. Subsequent videos will explain the principles of this new method as well as the comparison with other methods and so on. If you like, please give a thumb up and subscribe to this channel. This is my US patent certificate. Our new termite control method is developed from this patent. Everyone can use this method to solve termite problem in your home. You can use this method in your home for free as long as you do not use this method to make a profit. Listed here are the features of this method. First of all, you need to do it by yourself. As for how to do it, I will demonstrate in this video. Using this method, you do not need to buy termite devices, also called termite baiting stations, from store or web. The main reason is that our new method is much more effective than those baiting stations, and of course, it will also save money for you. Our method is both for detection and elimination. Detection is important to homeowners because they want to know whether there are termites living in their yards to avoid wasting money on signing up a termite control contract if termites do not exist. Our method can tell you very accurately whether there are termites in your yard. Furthermore, if your yard does have termites, this method will allow you to kill termites quickly and completely, much more effective than contracting a professional company. I will say that pest control companies do not have such an effective method. Our method is by far the most effective. In the second video, I will explain how this method works and why this method is much more effective than others. Homeowners can try it with nothing to lose. You can use this method for free at your home, or you can ask a friend to help, as long as nobody uses this method to make a profit. Those are the materials and tools needed for this method. We are going to use them to build termite detection stations around the house. Among them are plastic sheets, cardboard, a small shovel, a spade shovel, and protective gloves. Please note that I will only build 2 stations today as a demonstration. The plastic sheets and cardboards prepared here are only enough for 2 stations. A larger house would require about 10 to 12 stations, so the plastic sheets and cardboards would have to be increased accordingly. Use 1 thick plastic sheet for each station. You can use heavy-duty trash bags, or you can buy plastic sheet from store or web with at least 3 mm thickness. Cut into 18-inch squares. For cardboard, you can use thick and clean packing boxes. Cut into strips such as 14 inches long. Cardboard should be enough for 2 layers. If termites are detected in your yard in any of the stations, you will also need to go to Amazon to buy this chemical called termite. It will be used to kill termites. The price is about $30 at this time. Since many people do not have termites in their yards, we do not recommend buying chemical first in order to avoid wasting. It should not be too late to buy chemicals when you detect the termites. Of course, some people already know there are termites in their yard, so they can also buy the chemical first to be handy. This chemical may not be able to be delivered to some countries or states. Next, you will need to choose the locations of the detection stations. The detection stations are located around the house, about 4 feet from the foundation wall, and the stations are spaced about 15 feet apart. It is best to create the detection stations in spring, but you can also do it in summer. Try not to create stations in winter or in fall unless your place is warm all seasons. This is an example that demonstrates the locations of the detection stations. The locations of the red circles are the locations of the detection stations. You can choose flexibly according to the situation of your house. When choosing the locations of the detection stations, you should pay special attention to the shadowed and damp areas, which are especially favored by termites. Next, I will play a short video for how to build detection stations. I will build 2 stations, one under the mulch and another under the lawn. I will first build a station under mulch. Start by clearing the mulch in a square area of about 18 inches. Reach the soil. Then dig a little deeper, such as half an inch. Make the bottom flat. You can test the size using the plastic sheet. If it is too small, you can enlarge a little. Put 2 layers of cardboard underneath. And a layer of plastic sheet on top. Cover up with the water you dug up. Cover the soil first, then the mulch. You can leave a corner of the plastic sheet visible so that it can later be located more easily. Now the station is done. It looks pretty much the same as before. It takes about 1 to 2 minutes to build. Next, I will demonstrate building a station under the lawn. The station under the lawn is preferably smaller than the plastic sheet. For example, the plastic sheet is 18 inches square, and the size of the station is nearly 14 inches square. This will make it a little easier for inspection later. We use a spade shovel to dig a pit about 14 inches large and about 4 inches deep, so that the lawn could continue to grow after it is covered back. After digging, trim the sides and the bottom with the small shovel so that the sides are vertical and the bottom is flat. Then lay 2 layers of cardboard. Then cover with a plastic sheet and cover the long-top back. I will put a strip of cardboard as a marker so it can be located more easily later. Now the station is built, which takes about 2 to 3 minutes. The impact on the lawn is not very big. It will grow back soon. Around your house, you may need to build 10 to 12 stations. Other than the station under the lawn, all the other places are similar as the station under the mulch. After stations are built, you need to open the stations to inspect for termites in every 2 to 4 weeks. You must know how to identify termites during the inspection. Here I will show you an enlarged picture of termites. Termites could look differently, and some have wings. But the termites show up in the detection stations are basically what are called worker termites or soldier termites. They look similar as in this picture. A big head, a neck, big belly, big mouth, 2 straight antennae, light color. Note that termites do not have slim waists. Actual termites are about the size of a grain of rice. The ones with the bigger and brownish heads are soldier termites. The others are worker termites. Adult termites are fat, minors are slim. When you open the station for inspection, you must avoid making big disturbances or noises, as the termites may abandon the place and will not come back after a big disturbance. Let's start by checking this under mulch station built 2 weeks ago. When I was building the station, I purposely made a corner visible. If you did not do that, you can use a small shovel to probe it gently to find the edge. Then we roll up the plastic sheet from one side together with the covering. That will avoid disturbances and noises. Look for termites on the top of cardboards. If not seen, open the cardboards slightly to check underneath. If no termites are found, cover the station back and continue to inspect regularly. Now let's inspect the underlawn station built 2 weeks ago. When building the station, I left a sign here. Use a small shovel to help open the long top and the plastic sheet partially to check the cardboards underneath. If not seeing termites, check the low layer cardboards. You can also turn over the whole long top to inspect. If no termites are found, cover the station back and recheck regularly. If you find termites, cover them back gently without disturbing them. Here are some stations where termites are detected. Here is the station. Open the station slowly, not to disturb them. See the termite activities. Quite a few of them. Here is another station. Termites are moving. Another one. One more. Another one. One more. In this station, there were lots of termites. They now mostly hide underground. Still have a few on the surface. This is the station under the lawn. It was the first inspection after the station was built about 4 weeks ago, and we can see the cardboards were basically all eaten away. If you see quite a few termites in the station and you already have terminal foam, you can spray terminal foam on the cardboards and cover back the station. You can wait a little for the termites to hide underground before spraying. They should hide pretty quickly. After spraying, cover back the station as before. Take special care not to disturb the termites too much during this process. The termites will disappear in about 1 week after spraying. In most cases, the entire colony of the termites is wiped out. If you have not bought terminal foam yet, cover back the station without disturbing the termites. Go to Amazon and buy it. You should still have the time. If no termites are found during the inspection or only a few are found, cover the station back and re-inspect it regularly. Here we are spraying the station with terminal foam. Cover back the station after spraying. Let the termites slowly bring the poison back to the nest to poison the whole colony. If after 3 months no termites are found in any of the stations, very likely you have no termites in your yard, or there are few termites, not enough to threaten your house. After 3 months, the cardboards are almost rotten. You can withdraw the stations. Just remove the plastic sheets. You can also add some additional cardboards if you want to be safer and continue to check regularly for a longer period of time. Because I don't want to make this video too long, I did not explain the principles of this method here. Please try to follow the method explained in this video. For example, do not use other chemicals. Do not spray chemical when there are no termites in the station, etc. I will also make some more videos to explain why this method works better than commercially available devices and what you should know during the implementation of this method. Please note that this method can only be used for so-called subterranean termites. The vast majority of termite damage in the United States is caused by subterranean termites. There is also a type of termites called drywood termites in the southern areas, especially southern coastal areas of the United States. Drywood termites need to be controlled by other methods. You can reference to my Kindle book. We do need your support. First, please do use the link I gave here when you need to buy terminal foam on Amazon. You will pay the same price and I will get a small commission. I will put this link in the comment area under this video. Secondly, if this video is helpful, a donation of any amount will be highly appreciated. I will put a PayPal account in the comment area too. Also, I recommend my Kindle book to everybody. You can search Kindle Termite Control on Amazon. This book will give you a systematic understanding of termite knowledge, and also introduces the method I'm talking about here, as well as the principles of this method, the comparison with other existing methods, and the precautions, and so on. I started a new Telegram group. You can use this link to join. In the group, we can discuss topics related to termite control. I will answer various questions for using this method. Finally, here are the disclaimers. I want to be helpful to everybody. However, we are not responsible if anyone does not achieve his or her expectations after using this method, or incur any losses in the implementation process. This is the end of this video. Please try to find other related videos in this series. Thank you.